Hey everyone, Patrick CK here. If you're looking for an affordable way to protect your electronics from outages and unstable power grids, the CyberPower CP1500AVR series might be your best bet. I've been using several of these units around my home for years. The oldest one I bought back in 2019. So today I'm giving you my very long-term review. I'll also break down why having a UPS, and specifically one with AVR, is one of the smartest things you can do to protect your gear. First, what even is a UPS? A UPS, or Uninterruptible Power Supply, acts like a shield for your electronics. It kicks in when the power cuts out, but it does more than just provide backup power. A good UPS keeps your computer or server running during blackouts, prevents sudden shutdowns that can corrupt files or damage hardware, and protects sensitive devices from power surges, brownouts, or power fluctuations. And when paired with something like your modem or router, it keeps you online even when the lights go out. I have a dedicated Gen 3 CyberPower CP1500 just for my cable modem. With its capacity, it can run the modem for almost 6 hours just on the UPS's battery, which it's had to do after recent storms. Having Wi-Fi during a blackout makes it much more bearable. In total, I have 4 of these CyberPower CP1500s dotted around my house. A couple of Gen 1 models, and 2 Gen 3s. Why do I like the CyberPower UPSs so much? Well, the latest version, the CyberPower CP1500AVRLCD 3, has some impressive specs. A capacity of 1500 volt amps or 900 watts is enough to power a desktop, monitor, modem, and more easily. There are lower capacity versions, but I've always got the 1500 to simply get the most power for longer. On the back at the top, you've got ports for coax and Ethernet surge protection, plus USB and serial connections to link the UPS to your computer for monitoring. There's also a wiring fault indicator to alert you if your wall outlet has grounding issues. There are 12 outlets in total. All of them have surge protection, and 6 also provide battery backup. It has a built-in display to show real-time power statuses like load level, battery health, estimated remaining time on battery, and more. Below the display are additional USB charging ports, a Type A and a Type C. Importantly, it's equipped with an AVR, or automatic voltage regulation, to smooth out dips and spikes without switching to battery. We'll cover why this is so important in a moment. CyberPower's warranty covers it for 3 years and includes the battery pack. Along with the warranty, they have a connected equipment guarantee for up to a whopping $500,000. This means that if your equipment is damaged because of an issue with the UPS, you're covered up to $500,000. I've been through multiple outages and even more brownouts over the last 5 years, and all of the units I have keep everything going without skipping a beat. Speaking of brownouts, here's why the AVR feature is so important. Most people assume that the power coming from the wall is stable, but in reality, the electrical grid is constantly fluctuating as utility companies adjust to shifts in demand. Because of this, the voltage in your home can experience spikes and dips. Some are more noticeable, like brownouts, which you can see when the lights dim for a moment but don't go out completely, or trip a circuit breaker. But most of these fluctuations are often too small to notice, but over time they can damage sensitive electronics. That's where the AVR steps in. Instead of switching to battery power every time the voltage fluctuates, like it does in cheaper UPSs, the AVR system uses a special transformer inside to boost or lower voltage when it dips or spikes. This smooths out the incoming power and keeps it within a safe, consistent range. That means less stress on your electronics, longer battery life, since it doesn't switch to battery power unnecessarily, and cleaner power, which is critical for computers, servers, and AV equipment. If you live in an older home or an area with finicky power, an AVR equipped UPS like the CP1500 is essential. Setting up a CP1500 is about as simple as it gets. Plug it into the wall, hold down the power button until it turns on, connect your gear, and you're good to go. The only real decision you have to make is which devices you want powered by the battery during an outage. For me, I've got my PC, one monitor, and a USB charging hub plugged into the battery-backed outlets, so that when the power does go out, I can save my work and shut everything down safely. Everything else, like printers or accessories, can go into these surge-only outlets. It's also worth noting, no matter which outlets you use, all your connected devices benefit from the AVR. Keep in mind these units are heavy. They weigh in at nearly 24 pounds or 11 kilos. So flimsy shelving might not cut it. Make sure to place it on something solid. If you want to dig in a little deeper into the system, CyberPower includes free software called Power Panel Personal for the UPSs. It's designed to monitor power conditions, track battery status, and manage automatic shutdowns during outages. It also offers email notifications for power events and supports cloud monitoring with an optional subscription. While it's a helpful tool that I've played around with and found very interesting, I personally don't use it anymore. One obvious concern about any UPS are the batteries. You'll typically need to replace these batteries every 3 to 4 years to keep your UPS running at peak performance. If it starts beeping, cutting out immediately during a power outage, or showing errors like EO2, odds are it's time to swap out the battery pack. One thing I really like about the CP1500 is how easy it is to replace the battery pack. A lot of people assume it's a proprietary setup or that you need special tools, but you don't. All you need is a Phillips screwdriver. Inside are two standard 12-volt, 9-amp sealed lead-acid batteries. Now I know lead-acid batteries might feel a bit old school compared to new battery tech, but there's a reason CyberPower sticks with them. They're stable, proven, and much safer at this capacity. They are less prone to overheating or thermal runaway, and they're designed to handle the constant trickle charging UPS systems require. Another nice thing about these batteries is that if you are outside of the warranty period, you don't have to buy the batteries from CyberPower. A lot of aftermarket batteries are available at half of the price. I'll leave a link in the description to the one brand I've used before in a couple of units without any issues. I've got a video coming very soon where I'll walk through the entire battery replacement process step by step. So stay tuned by subscribing if you haven't already. After years of use, multiple storms, and even more brownouts, here's my verdict. The CyberPower CP1500 delivers consistent protection. AVR makes a real difference with voltage dips, and it saves on the battery wear. It's quiet, compact enough for desks or network cabinets, and the LCD screen is actually helpful. Just to be clear, the point isn't that you're going to be gaming when the power is out, but it does give you time to finish what you're working on, save, and shut down properly. Honestly, for less than $200, the peace of mind is worth it. I've trusted this model with my editing rig, NAS drives, all my electronics, and it's never failed me. At least until the batteries did. But again, easily replaceable. Link to get a CyberPower CP1500 of your own will be in the description. That's it for this video. Like and share if you enjoyed the content. And until next time, this has been Patrick CK. Goodbye.